So far we have discussed about what industrial sector, demographic condition, occupational structure we have discussed, right? So infrastructure facilities. So what these people done to us? Is this screen visible for you guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
this is infrastructure. So sorry, yes, infrastructure or even the positive contribution of British people to our country. Okay, first one is the infrastructure facilities during British rule was very poor. Some effort were made development basic infrastructure like road, rail, port, water transport, post, and telegraph. But the main aim motive behind such infrastructure development was to serve various colonial interests. The state of infrastructure has inherited from the British rule is discussed below. So they have done some developments, infrastructure developments. Okay. So what is the main motive in the sense? First thing is either they need to what they need to what for first it is for their purpose. They need to take they need to link all the train roads, railway tracks, okay, to the port, and they need to take a lot of raw materials from us from our country to London. Okay, so in that case, what happened? Only for their motive and their purpose, they have developed infrastructure. First one is roads. The colonial administration could not accomplish much construction of roads due to scarcity of funds. The roads were built primarily so the interest of mobilizing the army and shifting raw materials. Okay, so whatever we have, resources we had, okay, they have taken away from us. Okay, so they made Indian economy as a feeder economy. Okay, so their motive is to develop their British economy compared to our Indian economy. So they have very few funds. Within that funds also they have constructed roads. Yedikinaka one is for army. Okay, so they need to for their army must reach all the part of our country. Second thing is they need to ship raw materials from our country to their country. Okay, that is the why they have constructed road. There are there always remained an acute shortage of all weather roads to reach out rural areas during the rainy season. As a result, people living in these areas suffered badly during natural calamities and famines. Okay, so what happened? Even now, most of the rural areas they don't have much proper road facilities, especially in rainy time. What will happen rainy days? Most of the roads got damaged, right? So it affected a lot of poor people's what lifestyles. Next one is railway. The most important contribution of British rule was introduced railway in India in 1850. Okay, in 1850 they uh, started introducing Indian railways. What is again their motive is to what? To link all the nation, entire nation, and to link what ports, seaport. So all the seaport are interconnected each other. So from all the railways are interconnected to seaports so that they can able to transport goods and materials and raw materials from our country to their country. So railways enable people to undertake long distance travel. It broke geographical location and cultural barrier and promote national integration. Okay, what do you mean by national integration? The Indian, right? We will proudly we will say I'm an Indian. That is what national integration. That is also unity of people. Okay. So previously there was a lot of geographical what barriers. Okay. So now what happened? The entire country got connected with the help of railways, and people started migrating from. Okay, so it started traveling from one geographical, that is North India to South India and South India to North India. So that means all it broke another. So there was a separation in geographically, culturally. So all these things get broke, and we united in the name of Indian. So it enhanced commercialization of Indian agriculture, which adversely affect the comparative self-sufficiency of the village economies in India. Okay, so what happened? Commercialization of agriculture. What is commercialization? So we just started cultivating converting. We just converted from cultivating food crops to cash crops. So that made a what adverse effect in our country. So railways also promoted the foreign trade, but it benefited the Britisher more than Indians. The construction of railways lead to huge economic losses to Indian economy. Okay, so we know very well. So they constructed these railways only the motive of what transporting raw material from our country to their country. So there is no benefit for us. They constructed all this with our own economy, and rest of the economy they have taken back to their country. So this construction of economy totally ruined our Indian economy. Okay. Next one is airways. Yesterday I told you, right? JRD Tata. Yavarka. So JRD Tata, the pioneer of Indian
Yes,
aviation.
sir.
Okay. So initially, India we don't have Indian Airlines. So JRD Tata started Tata Airlines. Then later it was bought by, or else JRD Tata sold it to our Indian government. Later it became Indian Air India. Fine. So here, air and water transport. British government took measures for developing the water and air transport. However, their development was far from satisfactory. Okay, so both the British people, they are very eager to develop airways and waterways. Okay, but they couldn't able to make it as success as of their satisfaction, because inland waterways provided to be the uneconomical in the case of coast canal on the Orissa coast. This canal was built at a huge cost, but it failed to complete with railways. And finally, canal had become abandoned. Okay, what do you mean by canal? Coast canal. It is in Orissa. Okay. So what happened? Inland waterways proved to be uneconomical, as in case of coast canal on the Orissa coast. Okay, this canal was built at the huge cost but failed to complete with the railways, and finally canal had to be abandoned. What do you mean by abandoned? So it left out, and finally it become what idle. Morning we have discussed, right, in communication idle. So that means it's a useless now. Okay. So let me share you. So this is what. So this is what the topic just now we have discussed. Coast canal. Can you able to see
No,
the
sir.
history?
No,
Is it
sir.
visible? No.
Yes, sir.
Now it's visible.
Visible, sir.
Oh, sad. No, no, no. I just have stopped sharing. So this is what history of actually in 1866. I think before independence, that the British government they have started constructing this uh, coastal Orissa, that is canal, but it become abandoned. Okay, so still they couldn't complete. It was a big failure. So nearly 3,422 kilometers. Okay. So their motive is to connect fine. So this is what the plan for British people. Able to see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is they have planned, but they couldn't succeed. It was a huge loss for them. Not only for them, it is also for our nation. Now it is just abandoned. Okay, abandoned means no one is using that. It is as it is. Okay, fine. Now, how it looks, the canal, how it looks. Let me share you one image. So this is what the canal now. Okay. So just abandoned. That's it. So no one is using. I think it seems to be just abundant. So what happened? It's a huge cost, and it waste of our resources. So fine. Let us back to the topic. So next one is communication. Post and telegram were the most popular means of communication. The introduction of the expensive system of electronic telegraph is India served the purpose of maintaining law and order. Okay, have you all heard about the telegram? கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? I think now it is no more. We don't have these kind of services nowadays. Have you heard about that called e-telegram?
No, sir.
Okay, the postal service, despite serving a useful public purpose, remaining all the inadequate. Okay, so we know that. Yeah, have you all seen this inland letter? Inland letter. Okay. Then e-telegram. Okay, telegram தந்தி அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. Okay, so it was a quickest method for communicating. But now after modernization, we started using telephone, mobile phones. What happened? Our Indian government stopped that facility. Okay, fine. Any doubts, guys?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
No. So this is what e-telegraph. Okay. So now we don't have this facilities.
Messages of joy and sorrow, births and deaths, love stories and people parting ways. They flashed across India, all tapped out on the country's telegram service. The digital age has brought closure on over 160 years of history, and the last telegram will be dispatched on Monday before the state-owned BSNL communications company shuts down. Had the public been booking telegrams, we wouldn't have to close. Revenues would have increased for BSNL. If we'd got those revenues, why would we shut? These days, people are using fast-track communications like email, SMS, and broadband. The service was known locally as the TAR, linked by a network of telegraph offices across the sprawling country. It is the last remaining service of its kind in the world. In 1947 alone, 20 million messages were dispatched from India. By 2012, the number had dwindled to 40,000.
Okay, so we have seen that. So actually, now we don't have these facilities. It was started by BSNL. So it was the quickest way where we can able to communicate from one part of geographical location to another part. So I think telegraph, last telegraph. So it was introduced in the year 1854. Okay, 1854. It was they have started the service. In India, 1851. Okay, so fine. So in okay, fine. So shall we go for next? Any doubts?